So guys, we've just been around in this area pinging a few signals. So we actually just ran the 2300 over this and couldn't pick it up. So we've come back to it with the 6, and you can just hear that faint signal now. Because of all this rock that's exposed, it could just be ground noise from a little dip in the rock or something like that, but we'll dig it up and we'll see. So just scrape some of this back. It feels like it's almost like entirely on hard rock, so could just be ground noise, but you never know. Yeah, see? Yeah, so that's ground noise. So see how wide the signal is? It's just not in one spot. So that's what we call, well, that's what I call ground noise. On to the next one.
Thank you, guys.
So, where did we mark them? Oh, there's one over here. So we've run the 2300 over all of these. Couldn't pick them up, so. I'm not 100% sold on this one either, so, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Sounds a little bit better than the last one. This is on solid rock as well, so. Yes, there's a lot of clay around here as well. Well, it's not exactly clay, but. So I reckon that is probably ground noise, but for the sake of it, I'll get a bit cranky with it. So from what we've been finding, it hasn't been down in this stuff, in the calcrete or the clay or whatever you want to call it. So I'm just kind of getting next to the rock, expose what we can, move that away, see if the signal moves. If it moves, great. If not, then I'll probably move on. No, all right. Run the 2300 over that.
If it doesn't go for 2300, I'll be sold.
So this is one of the good things about bringing the 2300. It's really good for eliminating ground noise in a lot of situations. Now let's run it back over that rock. All right, we'll move on to the next one. No, ground noise. All right, so I got a few crosses here, so that actually sounds like another signal down here. So. Let's start with this one. See? Yeah. So it sounds like I could have moved it. Still very faint though, so we'll see. It's very hard to hear on speaker. Obviously, we normally have headphones on. I give up. I think they're just ground noise. All right, let's come over to some of these other ones. All right, let's see what this one is. So I reckon it's these big rocks just giving off signal when you run over them. I'll see if I can get a bit cranky with this rock just for the sake of it. Oh, I don't think I'm moving that rock. Oh. No, that rock is not moving. So. So cleared a bit of the stuff around it, so we'll see if that reveals anything. Oh, sounds like it's above it in here somewhere, so have a little dig in there. Of course, there's another big rock there. That one's not moving either.
Get out of there.
Let's see what happens now. I don't trust it. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one. All right guys, so I just got another signal here. We'll just put a cross down so we can come back and film it. So let's see what happens. So you can see, so very loud, like definitely sounds like it's rubbish, but in this area there's not a lot of rubbish, so that's why we're digging them. Let's dig it up and see how we go. Now hopefully that hasn't moved it. So it sounds like there could be another signal up here as well, which doesn't make me feel good because it could be rubbish, just 2 bits of it, but we'll see what happens. There's nothing in the pile, which is good. So we'll dig down a bit deeper, see how we go. So I reckon it's about here somewhere. If it's still in the ground now, I'll be pretty stoked. That's a good sign. So let's keep going.
It's definitely not ground noise.
This one is definitely not ground noise. Still a lot of rock around, so I'll just clear my old pile. There you go, it's out. Beautiful. So I reckon it's down here somewhere. So another tip, if you are in areas where there's a lot of rubbish, when you get down to this point, if you've got a magnet on the end of your pick, I just sometimes run it through my scoop for a second, and then if it is a tiny little bit of tin, I don't spend another 5 minutes sifting through trying to find it, so fingers crossed it's still in here. Beautiful. I mean, it could be lead or something still, but generally that gets rid of most of the rubbish. Oh, so that's what's making the sound. Can you see that there? It looks like a piece of gold, so there you go. So, give it a little taste. A little clean. That's it there. Look at that, not a bad little piece from that hole. And it sounded like junk, so that's why you dig it.
And there might be another.
And it sounds like there could be another one right next to it. So let's keep it rolling. I'll dig that one at the same time, yeah. So let Marcus hang on to that one. Always run your detector back over your hole. There's a lot of times where I've had 2 nuggets in the same hole, so you never want to fill it back in and lose a nugget. So let's cave that hole in. And it sounded like there was another signal. So I reckon that's right there somewhere. So I might move some of these out of the way. Yeah, so I reckon, leave that up there. I reckon it's just here somewhere, so we'll just scrape some of that back. Well, that one's moved, so it must be in this pile. So even when it's in a pile, I still run my coil over the whole lot, like front to back. At the moment, I'm pretty sure it's right there in the middle of the pile. And it just saves it. So rather than me having to scoop up the whole pile, you know, even just pinpointing in that pile, if it saves me a couple of minutes, that's a couple of minutes I can be digging up nuggets. So start straight in the middle. Not in that one. How's the colour of this ground? Look at that. There you go, so it's in there. And an ant on my hand. Oh. So I just picked it up and broke it in my hand, and it's a piece of junk. So look at that, right? So we had 2 holes right next to each other. One a good piece of gold, one a piece of junk. So that's why we dig every hole, because you never know what's in them. They both sounded exactly the same. One junk, one gold. So always dig your holes. I'll see you next time.